Find the bait and you'll find the fish. It's that simple if you're heading out to do some lineside fishing this month on Lake Hartwell. A few weeks ago, Greg Beck showed us some of this explosive action. Let's join Greg and GON editor Brad Bailey in Big Beaver Dam Creek as they start putting hybrids in the boat.
You can't even get your line in the water here before you got to fish them. That's the way fishing ought to be. If all the trips were as easy as this, we would be in great shape.
This is one of them catching trips.
Uh-huh. For a fish that size, a hybrid does a real good job.
I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna lay him right there.
Work on that.
Yeah, if you want to get the others in the water. All right, we have just got started up here on Lake Hartwell. We're fishing with Greg Beck. We can't even get our lines in the water. The fish are hitting so hard. Every time you put a live bait in, the line takes off. So great start to the day. Did you get him?
Yeah. Maybe we'll get them all out here.
All right, yeah, sooner or later. When the hybrids are in here, this is typical where you got a bunch of them come at once, huh? So not only do you get to bring in the fish, you bring in a planer board too.
Right. Well, you can hook it where it'll come off.
Yeah. Ha!
Just like it.
Ha! Quick release. What's the water temperature right now?
57, I think.
All right. What do you like to see it get to?
Right in there is my favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
That's about the time they ought to be schooling up a little bit.
There he goes, right here, right here.
All right. They must be laying in here pretty good. All right, boy, he is ripping around, ripping pretty good. That's a little better fish. What will that one weigh?
Growing.
What? How much will that one weigh?
About 3.
Huh. All right, at least we got him to the boat here.
Get my net out here in a second if I ever get time.
Those planers have a real low profile. I've seen, in fact, Ron has used them. They're a lot taller, catch more air.
Yeah.
That thing's low to the water.
I've got several different kinds, but them's about all around the best.
Uh-huh. I guess one of the things that these outriggers do is keep your lines separated when you do make a turn.
Right. Like I say, I've seen people pull as many as 8 to 10 without the boards.
Huh.
But there he goes, Brad. Well, I think he'd let go of it.
He gone?
Just hold on a second. He might come back and get it.
I guess that's one of the drawbacks to having so many lines in the water. It's hard to cover them all. Looked like he thumped it pretty good. Huh. They usually just stay back and wallow.
Largemouth will surface.
It's a little striper. Whoops, or is it? Is that a hybrid? All right, he did a little better job. So it's unusual for them to come up on top?
Right, yeah, hardly. Okay, what we're doing right now, we're pulling freeliners up next to the bank, planer boards. The bait are moving up close to the bank. We're taking 5 to 7 inch bluebacks and running them on the outside planer boards. On the inside, we're running 3 inch bait on a smaller hook, downsize the hook. Throwing bucktails up on the bank. That should work on up until the end of this month, and then we'll start moving up the river, basically throwing cut bait on all the points and humps. What I do is anchor the boat out 30 or 40 foot from the bank and throw my bait up close to the bank as I can get it.
Where are we at in the lake right now, Greg?
Big Beaver Dam Creek.
So we're about halfway back and it S-turns back there and...
Right. It turns and goes back and there's a big flat out there.
Huh.
Water's about 8, 10 foot deep.
Huh. And we aren't really looking for any structure or channeling here. We're just following shad.
Right. Follow the bait fish and the fish will be right there with them.
Is there a lot of bait in this lake?
Oh yeah.
Is it mostly bluebacks or shad?
Shad. I mean, there's abundance of both, but like I say, what they're feeding on mainly right now is the thread fin.
Uh-huh.
This seems to be a pretty good fish. He hit that thing. I wasn't watching. I just heard the board going through the water.
If you can bring him around to the side of the boat, that'll help, Greg.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to get the net, I guess. That's a good hybrid.
To the striper.
Hybrid.
This time of year, the shad are beginning to move back into the creeks, and the hybrids are following them.
Right.
You found these fish yesterday, I think. They were stacked in here pretty good.
Yes, sir.
How long will they stay in here?
They could stay here, you know, they could be here another month and they could be gone in the morning. Stripers are, you know, they're not structure related or anything, so wherever the bait goes, that's where they go.
All right, for the next month or so, all the way through April though, this type of fishing where you're just running live bait behind the boat, free lined. Free line is just fishing it on a bare hook without any weight. Got him?
Yeah. I was picking it up and put the planer board on. That rod, jerk. Okay, there you go, just set it down in there.
All right, I think he's on here. I'll get rid of one rod. The trouble with this kind of fishing is there's so many hitting, it's hard to keep up with them.
Didn't hit it hard enough to jerk it off.
That's part of the trick. Huh?
Yeah,
Just,
hit it hard enough, it'll come off.
huh? Again, for a little guy, he is putting up a fight. Oh boy. Oh no, we just lost the rod.
Huh?
Hang on a sec.
Get it?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Here, you want
Get the fish?
I don't know. Yeah, the fish is still here too. I don't know how that rod got in the water.
And when you jerked that and it picked it up.
Is that right? The line got it?
Yeah.
What's a good thing you got floating rods?
I didn't really realize that.
That handle was just hanging on.
I got a mess back here.
Yeah, we're fixing to tie up all the lines here.
Look at the fish on the graph here under us.
Man,
I'm coming, Brad.
I'm
You might can.
mostly okay here. I just snagged this other line. Get him in the boat anyway. All right, disaster averted. We got that line back. Another Hartwell hybrid here. We are catching them as fast we can't keep up the line. The graph is covered up with fish. We're catching one after another here. By the middle of April, when you're up here fishing cut bait, what do you use for cut bait?
Same thing. Take a large blue herring and cut it up. What you want to use is the head and like 1 inch behind the head. You gotta
so you don't use the tail at all?
No, you want the guts, the integrals in it.
And how do you hook it? Do you hook it just straight through the
Right.
back?
Run it through the belly part, and then you can hook it to head the same way.
All right, so it's
just like we're doing right now.
fishing it out on the bottom.
Right. Throw it out. Like I said, leave slack in your line and put your clicker on. You don't want like when you're catfishing, you pull your line up tight. You don't want to do that, because if a boat comes by and it rocks, it'll pull your bait in the mud. Stripers won't take it.
The bucktail finally worked.
I think it had been working, but just ain't had time to do it.
I was just hopping it off that bank right on the bottom. And he nailed it. He was right up there, probably 15 feet off the bank, or 20 feet. I'm glad to have got one on a... All right. How long can you expect to catch him on a bucktail thrown to the bank? Will that work later on too when you're fishing cut bait?
Yeah, or any schooling fish. I mean, if you see schooling fish, if you throw it in there and twitch it a few times.
Here we go.
Get him?
This is a little one. He's not near the, well, I don't know. He's showing a little more spunk. He was right off the end of those branches over there, just about where that planing board is. Yeah, this is a little guy. I'm just gonna swing him in.
Okay.
All right. What's been a good day? How many have you been catching in a day on the lake?
About one of my best days was probably 18 to 20 fish.
And they're running 3 to about 8 pounds?
Right. Well, now we caught a 29-pound stripe it's been about 3 weeks now. Been catching some 10, 12, stuff like
Well, I
that.
wish we could get one on today. That would be fun on these planers here.
I
All
think
right,
that's
what
a
size hook is that one?
That is just a number 4.
All right, number 4 hook.
Style 42 Eagle Claw.
And we got about a 2.5, 3-inch bait to match the size of the hook.
Right.
The guy won't hold still. Then we've got a little bit bigger lines, or bigger baits on some of these other lines. How important is a fresh bait?
Real important. That's the main ticket. You need a good live oil. You need to keep your bait silver looking. If you can keep light on them, that helps. In the day when the sun comes up, what I usually do is open the lid on the bait tank and
that keeps them light colored?
Right.
If it's dark, they get darker?
Right. You want your tank to be white. You see a lot of people that builds little homemade tanks and stuff, and there he goes, Brad, right here, right in front. I think
This one?
Yeah, he let
He
go of
gone?
that thing. He might. There you go.
Whoa!
There you go.
All
Now
right, this is
then
a
we
little
got
better
him.
fish. Look at that thing.
That's the one we hunt.
This is the one, this guy could be a striper.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm glad he came back. You reckon he was there the whole time?
Yeah, he was swirling it. That's what he was doing.
Look at that rod bend.
That's him. That's the one we're gonna
All
hunt.
right. We were asking for one just like this a minute ago, and here he is. So far, all I'm doing is holding on. Boy, did you see that first run? That thing ripped sideways a mile.
What he done is come up and swirled the bait the first time and let go of it and come back and got it again.
All right. Boy, you can sure feel the power in these things. A
He's
hybrid is fun, but these guys are really powerful.
He'll
Big
make
old
another
fish.
good match.
Here he comes up. All right, look at that. All right, nice fish.
Good quality fish
Woo!
in the net.
All right.
Okay, guys, there's what we come after. That's a good 14, 15 pound maybe.
All right, folks, here's the results of just a few hours fishing this morning with Greg Beck. The fishing will change a little bit in April. Greg, what are you going to be looking for April fishing?
Well, the bait fish will be going on up the rivers and the backs of the creeks and so forth. But what you want to look for is your main river points and S's, any kind of good turn in the river. Your bait fish will be moving up on the humps and the fish will follow.
All right, that'll be a good time to be up here to catch a mess of hybrids. Another Hartwell hybrid here. We are catching them so fast we can't keep up the line. Whoa!
There you go.
All right,
Now
this is
then
a
we
little
got
better
it.
fish. Look at that thing.
That's the one we hunt.
This is the one. Look at that. Well, did you see that first run? He went sideways.